the controversy over R&B artist Akon. Last month in a performance in Trinidad, he simulated sex on stage with a 15-year-old girl, a minister's daughter. Now, there is a video of the performance, but CNN has decided that because it is so raunchy and because it involves a minor, we are not going to show you the most graphic part of it. But the issue for Out in the Open panel now is whether there is a double standard here. Akon is still all over the radio, but Don Imus lost his career over some off-color insults. Back with me now, Amy Holmes, Raul Reyes, John Aravosis. So, had this not been a 15-year-old girl that volunteered to come on stage and it was an 18-year-old girl or a 28-year-old girl, would you be as equally outraged?
I would be outraged. This was a stranger who was led onto the stage by a fraudulent claim, which is if she won the dance contest, which was just a girls lining up and dancing, you know, sexy or whatever, that she would get a trip to Africa. And then it was sprung on her that Africa was this rapper. And Paula, the video that you showed does not do service to what happened to this young lady. She was being thrown around like a rag doll. Her head was being bashed against the floor. He then, after this, what looked like basically a public gang rape, threw her for her bodyguards then to rush her backstage. So what we saw looked like, you know, dirty dancing. That is not what this was about.
No, this was downright disgusting.
It was assaultive in my view.
Did you view it that way?
Yes, I did, and I've seen the full video as well.
And
you know what?
Except those kids that were screaming and yelling for Akon.
In this instance, it was a minor, so of course it was totally deplorable. But the thing is, I'm not prepared to say that we have to set up some type of cultural police to say what is offensive and what is not. That's the last thing this country needs. And where do we draw the line?
Well, where do you draw the line?
Well,
but what's the scandal here? Don Imus, we saw what happened to him.
I think Don Imus got a raw deal.
And this concert was not being sold as a sex show. It was being sold as a music concert. And, you know, minors, Trinidad, coming to see their favorite rapper, you could have expected that there'd be 15 and 16-year-olds.
All right, but John, let's not forget that this guy is on the radio all day long. He had that appearance on American Idol. He has millions of American fans.
Well, and Paula, can I make a point about Imus really quick? Imus has been making these comments for 10 years. It's not as if Imus just happened and he got thrown off the air. People have been complaining. He called Howie Kurtz at CNN a boner-nosed Jew boy.
I know, and
he's
Howard
made
Kurtz
jokes
told
about
me in
killing
an
gay
interview last
people.
week he wasn't even insulted by that.
Well, I have a lot of Jewish friends who don't like being called Jew boy. I was insulted. Okay, I was insulted as a gay man that Imus made jokes about killing gay people. I mean, but the point is, it took 10 years to get Imus off the air. It's not like these things blow up and somebody gets sort of... It's hard to make these things work.
Well, what should happen to this guy, Akon, John?
You know, it was funny. I asked my blog about this today, my readers, because I was curious what their reaction was. To the person, people were outraged, and I think they were particularly outraged, as I think Amy may have noted. You're talking about a 14 or 15-year-old girl, which made it even worse. I would like to know what this guy's history is. I mean, I think you had said some of his lyrics and other things were pretty bad.
John, I can tell you, he has spent up to 5 years in jail for armed robbery, for drug dealing.
In his show, but the lyrics and stuff.
But you know what I think that's going on here is that he's fooling everyone with his dimples, his beautiful smile, his falsetto voice, and then he just, you know, uses the F word.
And he doesn't. I wouldn't defend the guy.
And I think because of that, he's been getting away with a lot more than someone who is a lot more obviously thuggish.
Well, he even suggests mutilation in one of these songs.
And that is deplorable, but still, I just do not think we have a place. Our society, yes, it is highly sexualized, it's very violent, but our society is also totally organic. We cannot police that. I'm not condoning it in any way. Well, let's police our own kids, just like this minister's daughter. This minister should have policed his own child.
We're not, but you know, I can tell you,
I don't want to police anybody
else's kids. Are you blaming the victim here, this 15-year-old girl? It's her fault that she volunteered to go on stage?
Anybody's fault, it's her father's. That was a nightclub. She had no business being there. He needs to protect her.
Kids sneak out, and let me tell you,
this guy is lucky.
This guy is lucky that her father is a man of the cloth. She's lucky that her father's a man of the cloth, because if it was my dad or anybody else's dad, he'd go looking for this guy.
All right, Amy Holmes, Raul Reyes, John Aravosis, thank you all. We got to move on to the king, Larry King. You got a big exclusive for us tonight. Who are you going to be talking to, Larry?
Another one, Paul.